dear students. Hope you are all fine and doing your studies very well. Today we will study the new chapter, and the name of the chapter is the articles. Now let us see what is article. Articles are of two types. They are indefinite article and definite article. Now what is indefinite article? Article a or an are called as indefinite article, and the article the is called as definite article. Now how to understand the difference between definite article and indefinite article? Indefinite articles like a or an are specially used with any of the person which is not being specified. Let us see in the book what is given. The articles a and an are used to refer to a noun for the first time or when we mean any. When we talk about any of the noun first time in that particular paragraph or in a sentence, then we have to use indefinite article a or an. And with any means, that is the meaning with any means when we are not going to specify that what is being spoken of. They are called as indefinite articles because they do not refer to specific person, places, animals or things. Now what is definite article? The article the specifies the noun. It is used for the specific noun. It is used when the noun referred to has already been mentioned or is known and easily recognized, though is called indefinite article. Now here just understand, when we have talked about that particular noun first time, at that time we'll be using indefinite article, but when there will be a repetition of that particular noun and we are specifying that particular noun only, then we have to use the article the. Now let us see the example. Have you been to a mall? Now we are not talking about any specific mall, any mall. So we have used here the article indefinite a. Then a and an are used only before singular countable nouns. Now there is one more thing, that indefinite articles will be used with singular countable nouns only. Though can be used before singular as well as plural noun. Though can be used with singular and it can be used with plural nouns. Now let us see the example for definite article. What did you shop for at the mall? Means for what kind of a shopping did you go to that particular mall? We are talking about that specific mall, so here it is used the mall. Hope you understood the difference between indefinite article and definite article. Now let us see in a detailed manner. The indefinite articles a and an. Sometimes a word or an abbreviation may begin with a consonant, but the initial sound may be that of a vowel. Now first point is that may be possible that the word may begin with the consonant word or consonant letter, but the sound that it is being created or being pronounced will be the vowel sound. Similarly, a word or an abbreviation may begin with a vowel. Word and abbreviation, what is the meaning of abbreviation? Abbreviation means short forms. May begin with vowel, but it may create the consonant sound. We use a before words that begin with the consonant sound and an before words that begin with the vowel sound. When we have to add with the singular noun a or an, when it starts with the consonant sound, you have to use a, and when it starts with the vowel sound, you have to use an. This is how you have to differentiate between usage of a or an. For example, an honest man. Though the word honest starts with the consonant letter H, but the pronunciation of that particular word is honest. It starts with the vowel sound. So that's why we have to use there an honest man. Then you have another example with a consonant sound, that is a UFO. Though it is starting with the vowel letter U, but the pronunciation is UFO. That is not the vowel sound, it is the consonant sound. That's why it is used a UFO. Now one more thing is to note down that when to use the or when to use the. When we will be using the, when the next word or the noun to that article starts with the consonant sound, then you have to use the. Like for example, the school. Okay, and then just after that the particular article, if it starts with the vowel sound, then you have to use the. Like the earth, as it is creating a vowel sound. So this is the difference between the usage of the and the. This is what for article indefinite. One more thing about indefinite article is that if there is an adjective used before the noun and it has a consonant sound, then you have to use a, or if it has a vowel sound, then you have to use an. Like for example, a useful metal. And if I just wanted to say an important topic. These are the examples for the words, for the nouns which precedes with an adjective and has the article a or an. Now we have an exercise in the book, that is fill in the blanks with the indefinite articles a or an. You have to be careful because may be possible that the word, the noun may start with the consonant letter but it may have the vowel sound. According to that, you have to fill the blank with a or an. Then let us move on to the indefinite article the. Now what are the rules of using the? The definite articles the signals that the noun is specific or definite. Means that is, we are talking about the definite one. It is used before. How it is used? You have to use the before the superlative degree. You are all aware about the comparative degrees, like for example positive, comparative and superlative. With superlative degree you have to use the, like big, bigger, biggest. And if I want to use the, I'll be using the with the biggest. For example, the tallest, the strangest, the smartest. Then second rule is nouns that are universally known or unique. If they are unique and they are known universally. Like for example, the moon, the earth, the sun. This is what you have to use in that definite article before universally known or unique items. Things of everyday use. Things which you are using in your day-to-day life, like for example, the internet, the newspaper, the radio, the mobile. Then fourth rule is that adjectives to represent the whole class. When you're talking about the whole class or the whole group or population, then you have to use the article. Like for example, the rich, the tribals, the young. Well-known position or ranks. When you are talking about the well-known person or their post or their position or their rank to what they belong. Like for example, the Prime Minister, the President. Then we have 6 point names of countries that consist of a common noun. A common noun is being used with that is such as states, republic or kingdom. For example, the United States of America, the United Kingdom, the Republic of the Congo. Now names of the country, plural in form or groups of island. They are plural in form. looks like as if they are plural, and we are talking about the group of island, like we have the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Then the Netherlands. Names of river, seas or oceans. For example, the Caspian Sea, the Arctic Sea. Names of mountain ranges. Talking about the names of the mountain ranges, that is the Himalaya, the Rocky Mountains or the Thar Desert. Names of well-known building, institute, bridges, hotels, zoos, theatres, museum and universities. Like for example, the Taj Mahal, the Parliament, the Pentagon, the Indian Institute of Technology, the Mysore Zoo and so on. Names of invention and musical instruments. When we are talking about giving the names to the invention or talking about the instruments, you have to use the article the in front of that. The wheel, because wheel is being invented. The telescope. These are the example, or the synthesizer. Then reference to families. When we are talking about the family, for example, if I just wanted to talk about myself, the Sharmas, okay, the Chatterjees, the Kapoors. Then names of newspapers and magazine. When we are talking about the names of the newspapers or magazine, like the Hindustan Times, the Outlook, the Economic Times. I think so. All these rules are clear for you. Once again, let me remind you all these rules once again. What is that? First rule was that in front of the particular, you have to use the with the superlative degree. Then you have to use the with when you're talking about the universally known thing. Then everyday usage thing. Then fourth was representing representing a group or a class. Then well-known position or a rank to a person. Then talking about the countries with the common nouns like states, kingdom and republic. Then we have countries which looks like plural in number, and the group of islands will be preceded with the article the. Then names of rivers, seas and oceans. Then mountain ranges, desert, and then we have popular buildings, well-known buildings, bridges, hotels, zoos, etc. And inventions. In front of the inventions you have to use, in front of the instruments you have to use, and referring to the family. And last but not the least, talking about the newspaper or the magazine. I think so you have understood the usage of the. We normally do not use the before proper nouns. We do not use the before proper noun. Like for example, if it is the name of a person, you will not be using the before that. Like for example, individual names of people. If it is when we are talking about the individual name of any of the person, then we will not use the before that. Then countries, continents, cities, states and streets. Days, months and seasons, language and subjects of study, festival, sports, then individual mountains when the name includes mount. When before that mount is being used, we will not be using the before that. Individual lakes when the name includes lake, like Lake Chilka, will not use that. But however, it is that we use the before a proper noun under these classes. There are some more rules to use the before proper noun. Then what are those? Days, like for example, the Tuesday after next our exams will be over. Because here we are talking about that particular Tuesday when we have completed our exam. So that we are talking about that specific Tuesday. Then talking about the months, the July she visited us, it poured. Means we are talking about that particular month, that July. So this is how when we are talking about the specific or the particular noun in a sentence, then you have to use the. And if we are talking about, we are not talking about that particular, or we just talk about any, then we have to use or an. Then we have Exercise 2, here you have to, what you have to do in that, use the wherever required or cross or mark a cross in front of that where it is not required. I think so you'll be able to do that. Then once again we have the fill in the blanks requirement, that is specifically adding the or striking off or making a cross on the blank. Then we have a paragraph. In that you have to keep in mind, when we are talking about the noun first time, then you have to use a or an, and then when it is repeated once again, then you have to use the definite article the. And in the E exercise, you have to fill the articles wherever missing in the passage, means like inserting a, an or the wherever it is required. I think so. I hope that you have understood clearly what is definite article or what is indefinite article. Now the video has been ended. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Take care.